that baffles me is when people say that they use one of their old sewing machines to go through heavier fabrics. They mend their jeans on their old machine. I want to prove to you that the Pfaff Creative Icon 2 is more than capable of pushing the needle through multiple layers. Now, I have done this technique on over 40 layers of cotton fabric. Now, I've realized I can fold this up into about 32 of them, but I want to show you how you can stitch through something that is so thick, and the machine just asks, well, what's next? It is pretty amazing. The penetration power on the newer machines is beyond what I can even describe. Okay, so I'm not the engineer, and usually most people don't care about all the fancy engineering terms. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just prove that it works. So I've got a piece of fabric I folded twice, 4 times, 8 times, 16 times, and 32. Okay, so that's more just because that's how small I can make this and still prove to you. I have lengthened the stitch length on the machine, so just to give it a little bit of oomph to get it through. Now the one thing is that you will find that when your machine is just in the normal height, it might be hard to even get your fabric underneath the presser foot. Touch the foot up button and everything lifts a little bit higher, plus the feed dog's lower. That's a game changer because look, now I can just slide this in to get started. Now, I just have the regular needle that came with the machine on, so I don't even have a specialty needle, and the machine goes right through it. If it actually gets to a point where there's a thicker, denser part to these layers, the machine will actually start drilling down into it. Kind of like your anti-lock brakes. You know how when you're driving and then you know you need to be stopping and you feel that duh, 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 duh. Yeah, that's what is inside this. It's going to go ahead and start pulsing the power and the needle through the fabric. Now, you might break the needle, okay, just because it's just not strong enough to go through what you are asking it to go through. So some choices of needles will probably not withstand the layers. So with that, keep that in mind. Quality thread, even a polyester thread that's stronger, plus the proper needle to actually go through all the layers. So as we go ahead and stitch, we see that it's going through it just fine, and it really does the job. If you get any skip stitches, bring that needle up to the next size, and also a top stitch needle would be more desirable for the outcome of what you are sewing through. You just want to have the best results. This machine didn't even sound different after putting all these layers underneath the presser foot. So the next time you're wondering if your machine will stitch through something, the Pfaff Creative Icon will say, my pleasure.